Now you could be a creep and have strong frame about it, right? You could be like, I'm a creep. That's just me. That's who I am. My brother is the weirdest, creepiest dude you'll ever meet in your life. He's a real MGTOW guy, right? He's a real MGTOW guy, but I don't think he's happy necessarily. He lives like a homeless person. He has a whole bunch of property though. Like my brother's probably a millionaire, but he lives extremely minimalistically. He wears dirty ass clothes. He goes and shops at thrift stores, doesn't wash them. He barely showers. He has a gym membership. That's where he does shower when he does get around to it, I guess. He smells bad. He's unkempt. He has like, we both have beards, right? But he's got this really long, scraggly beard. He's bald on the top and then long hair on the sides. Long hair. Looks like Sasquatch. Okay. When his demeanor around people is odd. It's just very odd. Like, he thinks he's being funny, but he's just being weird. You know what I mean? And so this is a good example of that. Like, my brother doesn't necessarily care what anybody thinks, but he's also alone. And I don't think that he likes being alone. My brother, his whole life has had one girlfriend. One. You know what I mean? So my brother probably has a frame of like, I don't care, and this is who I am, and you could take it or leave it. But everybody's leaving it. Do you understand? It's not getting him the results he wants. Okay, so that's why just arbitrarily saying anything outside your frame is funny or amusing is not helpful in this circumstance. Do you see where I'm going with this? So what is frame anyway? What is this thing, this mysterious thing called frame? This guy named Strategos Autocrator. What? Some of you guys have the weirdest freaking handles in the red pill space too. I quoted him in my book, Everything I Wish I Knew, when I was 18, when talking about frame. This is the guy where Ryan, in his book on frame, talks about how frame is a tetrahedron. Now, the thing is the way Strategos here describes a tetrahedron is like a tripod, right? You have three pillars that all lead up to your vision. And somehow Ryan in his book translated it to being more like a table. Like, you've got legs and then your vision's a table. I don't know how Ryan visualized that in his head, but if you go to this article, and I'll drop it here in the chat here, and I've talked about it here before. There we go. Boop. This guy, he has a link where it says frame is a tetrahedron. When you click on it, it's actually a pyramid, and it's a diagram with a pyramid. So that's how I like to look at it. But anyway, let me just read to you what he says. He goes, if you think of frame, think of it as a tripod. The 3 points where the tripod touches the ground are the intellectual, the emotional, and the physical basis of the frame. Each must be strongly grounded for the frame to be balanced, strong, and stable. If one isn't good, the frame collapses to that side. I define each of these bases as: 1, the intellectual frame. It is having the knowledge, the know-how, and the logical means to get what you want. An example of this is simply the logical understanding of the woman's cycle, being aware of it and understanding how it affects your sex life. There are a lot of other examples, and I will discuss them in a future post, but they all make sense in the logical part of your brain. This subreddit, the guides and the books at the sidebar, are simply a resource to help you make this basis strong. Nothing more, nothing less. So it's the knowledge, know-how, and logical means to get what you want. But if you're not getting what you want, your intellectual frame is, or your intellectual pillar is probably a little weak. The next pillar is the emotional basis. It is understanding your emotions such that you can use them to get what you want. An example of a strong emotional basis is not acting butthurt during a shit test. Having a strong emotional basis means that you understand and accept your emotions and know how to properly display them to get what you want. Physical basis. This is having the physical tools to get what you want. The quintessential example is lifting heavy weights. There is a lot said already about lifting, but my definition goes beyond this. The other areas of this basis include posture, voice, grooming, diet, and your own sexuality, all which affect the way your wife sees you. Then finally, vision. So all these come together to form your vision, okay? And you have to know what you want. You have to sit down and figure out what you want.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.